Which soldier in your platoon was clearly smarter than everyone leading them? Private Quincy was this quiet kid from Montana, barely spoke during formation, never volunteered for anything, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Our platoon sergeant hated him, thought Quincy was lazy, always gave him the worst assignments. Extra guard duty, kitchen patrol, cleaning latrines. What nobody knew was Quincy had a PhD in electrical engineering, taught at MIT before he enlisted. Some personal crisis made him join up at 32 years old. Never told anyone about his background. We found out during a field exercise in Georgia. Brutal summer heat, 100-degree temperatures, our communication equipment kept failing. Radio systems would work for 10 minutes, then cut out completely. We'd lose contact with command, missions got delayed, everyone was frustrated. Our lieutenant called in technicians 3 times. They'd test everything, say the equipment was fine, then leave. 2 hours later, same problem. Radio's dead. After a week of this, our captain was furious, threatened to report the whole comms unit for incompetence. We were supposed to do a major training exercise but couldn't communicate between squads. That's when Quincy spoke up during formation. First time I'd heard him say more than 5 words. Sir, it's not the radios, it's the diesel generators. The captain stared at him. What are you talking about, Private? The generators are creating electromagnetic interference. The exhaust system isn't properly grounded. When the engines heat up past a certain temperature, they emit a specific frequency that disrupts the radio bandwidth. Complete silence. Everyone looking at Quincy like he'd started speaking another language. The captain's face turned red. Private, unless you're a communications expert, keep your mouth shut. Actually, sir, I have a doctorate in electrical engineering from MIT, specialized in electromagnetic field theory. If you check the technical specifications, you'll see the generator grounding is incompatible with the radio frequency range. Our platoon sergeant stepped forward. Quincy's full of it, sir. Kid barely passed his ASVAB, probably read something on the internet. Quincy pulled out his phone, showed the captain his LinkedIn profile, publications in IEEE journals, patents for signal processing technology, professional credentials that made our entire chain of command look like they'd never opened a textbook. The captain's expression changed completely. Why didn't you mention this when you enlisted? Didn't seem relevant, sir. I'm here to be a soldier, not an engineer. Can you fix the radio problem? Give me 30 minutes and basic tools. Quincy walked over to the generators, opened up the exhaust manifold, used copper wire and some metal sheeting to create a makeshift ground system. Explained something about creating a Faraday cage effect to redirect the electromagnetic field. Nobody understood what he was doing, but 30 minutes later the radios worked perfectly. No interference. Crystal clear communication. The technicians came back the next day, saw what Quincy had done. Senior Tech took one look and said, "This is better than our standard installation." Who designed this? The captain pointed at Quincy, who was mopping floors as punishment for some unrelated infraction. Word spread fast. Within a week, battalion headquarters requested Quincy by name to solve technical problems. Broken generators, computer network issues, equipment failures that had stumped specialists for months. He'd show up, spend 10 minutes analyzing the problem, fix it with whatever materials were lying around, then go back to cleaning latrines. Our platoon sergeant was furious. His authority was being undermined by a private who was clearly smarter than everyone in the command structure. During one briefing, the sergeant tried to embarrass Quincy. "Private, explain to everyone how a combustion engine works." Quincy just looked at him. "Which type? 2-stroke, 4-stroke, diesel, rotary, or hybrid? And are we discussing thermodynamic efficiency, mechanical dynamics, or emission systems?" The sergeant had no response. Everyone tried not to laugh. The breaking point came during a equipment inventory. We were missing expensive night vision equipment, thousands of dollars worth. Someone was going to get court-martialed. Quincy pulled up the supply database on a computer, showed everyone that the equipment wasn't missing. It had been incorrectly logged in the system 6 months ago. He traced the entire digital paper trail in 15 minutes, found the exact location of every piece of missing gear. All of it was sitting in a storage container that had been mislabeled during a base transfer. The colonel himself came down to meet Quincy. "Private, why are you wasting your talent mopping floors? You could be an officer. You could work in military intelligence. Why are you here?" Quincy's answer was simple. "Needed a fresh start, sir. Wanted to be somewhere my PhD didn't matter, where I could just be a regular soldier." The colonel respected that, left him alone after that, but made sure Quincy got better assignments. No more punishment details. Our platoon sergeant got transferred 2 months later, officially for personal reasons, unofficially because he couldn't handle having a subordinate who was smarter than him. Quincy finished his 4-year contract last year, declined offers to re-enlist with immediate promotion to sergeant or officer candidate school, went back to Montana, started teaching high school physics, says he learned more about people during 4 years as a private than 20 years in academia. Still keeps his uniform pressed and folded in his closet though, says it reminds him that intelligence isn't the same as wisdom, and sometimes the smartest thing you can do is stay quiet and mop floors.